What started as a promising season turned into a melting pot of talking heads saying the Eagles are broken, falling off, now overrated, and dead to them until they win a game against the Giants. But for once, that shouty shows are actually right. The Eagles are broken, and they aren't quite dead, but they're slumbering. And what may seem like just a run of losing against good teams, the Eagles shouldn't be 10-4. They should be 4-10. It's worse than you think. In this video, we will go over in 6 minutes why the Eagles have been struggling so much. And somewhere in the video, I will tell you how the Eagles should be 4-10 and missing the playoffs. Let's dive into it. I think what most NFL teams are somehow just starting to figure out is that coaches are extremely valuable, even coordinators. It can truly make the difference between being a bad offense or defense because of bad personnel, or be a frisky one like Brian Flores with that miserable personnel group in the Vikings. Or let's say the Colts. The talent on the offensive side of the ball isn't bad, but it ain't great. And it has some frisky players. And as much as I love some Minshew magic, he's not a good QB. He's a pretty good backup. But wait, the Colts offense isn't bad. And they're somehow, someway, being competitive and in the playoff hunt running completely different offense with Minshew than what they went into the season with, because Anthony Richardson is a dual threat quarterback that can run and pass the ball just like Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Who made Jalen Hurts look like the next Hall of Fame QB last year? Who made Jalen Hurts the MVP frontrunner last year? Who called the plays for the Eagles' Super Bowl run? Shane Steichen, baby. Shane Steichen is the man, the myth, the legend behind the Eagles offense, and he is obviously not with the Eagles anymore. And guess what offense has lost their identity and calling plays like they're in high school? The Eagles. But wait, there's more. The Eagles not only have not looked anywhere close to where they were last year on offense, but the defense has looked lost. A shell of their former glory. Yes, the Eagles have the personnel and the talent to be a Super Bowl contender, but they do not have the right coordinators, even talented ones, to use the weapons they have. Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon were critical pieces in the Super Bowl run last year. Now they have Brian Johnson calling plays for the offense and Matt Patricia calling plays for the defense. Why? Part of being a continuous Super Bowl contender in the NFL, like the Chiefs, Bills, 49ers, Packers, and in the past, the Patriots, is being resilient. There is times when it will be tough. You will lose star players, you will lose against good teams, and your personnel will be different from the year before. Something the Eagles have truly never faced is adversity. They went 14-3 last year, and the games they lost were basically due to Hurts being out of the lineup, and the playoffs were a cakewalk too. They had the fraudulent Giants in the divisional round, and in the conference championship, they faced a team without their star QB, practically from the start, and then went on to face a faltering Chiefs defense, and all the way up until this year, they really haven't lost up until recently against good teams. Look at the Bills, Chiefs, Cowboys, Dolphins, 49ers, Rams, maybe not the Dolphins. They have experienced adversity already and gone through it. This Eagles team has not gone through adversity yet, and we're seeing it now.
We don't yet know that Philly can deal with adversity. We don't. They were 26-3 with Jalen as a starter over the last 2 years, since the beginning of last season to right now, and now they've lost 3 in a row. So they've dealt with as much losing in the last 20 days as they had dealt with in 18 months.
How will they respond? How will they fight back? We won't see it in the regular season now because of the easy teams they face for the rest of the year, but they have to figure this out before the playoffs. Now, for what you've been waiting for. The Eagles were way too close for comfort on being 4-10. Far too many close games. And yes, I know, it's the NFL. Close scores are normal. But against awful teams, you almost lost the Patriots. They're bad. The Vikings, meh. Commanders twice, they're bad as well. And then you face actually talented, well-coached teams and look like a fringe playoff team? Come on, man. The Eagles are better than that. And don't believe me about the close scores? Look at the Vikings last year and the Giants as well. Both of these teams were looking really good, but in reality, many of their wins were so close to being losses, it wasn't normal. And they're against bad teams. Any football analytics person, any reasonable football coach will tell you that that is so unsustainable. The Eagles got to get together, and they probably will win it out, again, against abysmal teams. But nonetheless, the real test is the playoffs, when they go into the divisional, possibly before that in the wild card round, and face real threats to their hope of a return to a Super Bowl. The Eagles need to get out of this meltdown. Just like a fellow Super Bowl contender in the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, at the beginning of the 2023 season, were having a literal cataclysmic meltdown before they got their crap together and seemingly are reviving their season. Check out the video here.